Hey everybody, I'm Jess from edtech, and as always, we are very excited to be here with you today for the session Google Gathering, Tips, Tricks, and Faves from your Googly friends. You'll probably see that we have quite a few of our edtech folks with us today, so we have quite a few individuals to introduce. We won't do that now. What we'll do is they'll introduce themselves as they do their little part during today's webinar. But we hope today you'll learn the secrets of our daily practices using Google Workspace for education features, third-party apps, extensions, and more. So this session is unofficially voted most likely to blow your mind and change the way you click. But heads up, this is going to be fast and furious. Since we're all sharing so many great tips, we've definitely put in video reminders and clickable reminders on the slides to help you. So once you've parted ways with us, you can get back to these tips. The number one question we get during these webinars is, what's the link to the slides again? So I just want to point out in the top right corner of our deck is the web address. So you'll notice that it is actually today's date. So fried.tech/5-2-23. And that date should show up on every single slide. And if Brooke navigates away today to a demo or something, you can still get back to our slides by using that web address. All right, so that should make it really easy to get back to these things. As a quick reminder, this broadcast today is being shared in English, but as always, the Spanish version will become available as a recording for our friends in Spanish-speaking places. All right, Brooke, let's go. We're talking about today the workspace features that work, productivity tools that we love and need, and extensions and add-ons that we also love. So let's turn it over to our first edtech LG.
Hi, my name is Amy Storr, and I'm a Fried lead learning guide, and I'm going to share with you one of my favorite ways to stay on task, keep organized, and to also help files pretty quickly. They're called workspaces. If you're anything like me, I have folders and folders and folders, and this is a great way for me to quickly find files that maybe I frequent often. So when you're in your Google Drive, your workspaces can be found in the priority section of Drive, which is that first area right there that Brooke's showing you right now. The very top part are your suggested files. Those Google actually uses artificial intelligence to identify those files. It's files that you frequent, maybe you just left comments on them, etc. So that's where you can find it. Right below that top section, that's where your workspaces live. And I like to think of workspaces like tiny hubs filled with shortcuts that you either own or that others have been shared with you. So Brooke has created a workspace here, and when you add it, it's going to open and either suggest files for you to add, or you can click add files and go find files in your drive. Once again, it's files you own or that have been shared with you. It does not remove them from their current location or change any permissions. It's just adding a quick shortcut link right there so you can access those files rather quickly. Once you have it created, you can also click those three dots at the very top right-hand corner. You can remove, hide, rename, etc. You can even click the three dots next to the files and also remove those as well. And if you ever need to go back in and add more files, you can click on View Workspace and go through that same process again by adding files. You can also make, if you really love priority like I do, you can make priority your home page as well by visiting the settings in your Google Drive, just by clicking that gear. And just a note before I pass it on to my next buddy is you can have up to 8 workspaces active and 25 files in each. You can always hide a workspace if you don't necessarily want to get rid of it, and it lives down at the very bottom. That's all, folks.
Woohoo!
Yay!
I'm using my very best Vanna White skills today, so
You're doing great.
Hi guys, I'm Chantel Lott. I'm also a Fried Technology Lead Learning Guide, and my Twitter handle, if you want to connect with me, is at lots of edtech. Okay, I have a quick and easy validation, data validation in Google Sheets with drop downs. So I know that, some of us may be in love with drop downs in Google Docs. Well, now it is available in Sheets. So we're going to look at that very quickly. So if you want to give, answer choices or have options available in a drop-down form, you can do that in Google Sheets. So if we go to Google Sheets.
Chantel, do you want me to use this one you gave me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Woohoo!
Here we have an example of how we can use data validation with a learning targets tracker, right? Students go through and they learn, the different targets. Maybe we take an assessment over it, and then we ask them questions like, was this difficult for me? Yes, no, a little. And they can click on those drop downs and select what one applies to them. So how we added these is we clicked on a cell. We simply went to insert at the top of the menu and we went to drop down. And then on the side, the menu will pop up, and now we can add in our drop down. So whatever answer choices, maybe yes or no. Definitely want to start with a blank like Brooke did, because that default sets it to gray. And then we can change our color choices. So yes, maybe red or green, right? And then we can select that we're done. And now that drop down list is in that cell. And so students will be able to click on that, or will be able to click on that, or whoever you might be using the spreadsheet for will be able to click on that. If you want to add it, simply click on that blue handlebar square box at the end of the cell and drag down, and it will add it to all the cells below. Quick and easy data validation. I love this. If you're not already using it, listen, it's a great, great time saver when it comes to Google Sheets.
Love that. It's so good. All right. Oh, hey, I'm going to drive and talk at the same time. It's going to be so great. Hey, everybody, I'm Brooke, and I'm going to talk to you about Google Collections. To me, this is such a wonderful hidden resource that you may not know about. I'm first going to show you how you can get there quick and easy. So if you are on your new tab, like I am here, we call this the waffle. If you click on your waffle and you kind of scooch down a little bit, you will see Collections. And when you click on this bookmark, it opens up to this really cool page, but it's like, what is this? What do I do here? Well, you can curate a list of websites, maybe Google saved images, and then share them to even have someone contribute to them, or just share the link with maybe your student so that you've kind of curated a group of images for a project that they're using. So I'm going to create a new one real quick. I'm just going to create from a blank template. And I'm going to name this here. I'm going to call it Butterflies. And I'm just going to put for today, so it's quick and easy, and it's going to start building my collection. I can add an item. I'm going to add a link. My website here is www.butterflywebsite.com. I don't need a note. See, it pulls it up right here. I say done. So now that's in my collection. And then when I'm ready to maybe add some images for my saved items, I've got a couple in here I can click. If I wanted to find more images, you just go out to, I'm just going to put in butterfly. If I go to images here, quick and easy, click on my tools. I want to make sure I have the right usage. Okay. And I can find some of maybe I want to use this one. When I open it up, there we go. It's thinking about it. I can use my more dots here. And when I click on those more dots, that's where I'm going to see my save icon. So that's where those saved favorites came from. And if you also are looking for another place to get there, here's collections as well. So when I jump back over to my butterflies and add, I can do for my saved images. I'm going to see that new picture. There it is. And then very quickly share. Turn on my sharing link. I can do view only or a contributor link and send that right over to whoever I want to share this with, or grab that link and send it as well. Super easy to use. I think this is a great way to get our students off of, I'm just Googling images. Like, this curates that list for them and gives them that option. And I hope that I was in my time.
You were. That
Oh,
always reminds
good.
me of when we used to take kids to the library to do research, and we would go in on our conference
Yes.
period beforehand and pull the books and put them in a cart and say, okay, kids, you could do research, but you got to stick with these books. That was like that was really to save my sanity, I think. But at the end of the day, a similar concept, I think.
Yeah, and I've always been like, where does the save button go? When I click this bookmark, what does it do? Well, here it was the whole time. So you can jump over to google.com collections or even google.com/save to find those as well. I hope y'all loved that one. That's really one of my favorites.
Yes, we definitely love it.
All right. Okay, I think it takes us into our next section.
Yes, it does. And Stephen Stone is here to bring up about appointment schedule.
Ooh.
If you're like me, I like to sometimes work smarter, not harder, or pass the hard work off to other people and and let them do it right on their own. That way, on the back end, it can make it easier for me as a follow up, and we can take all of the worry out of our minds. So, for me, that's what appointment schedule does. If you would like to make an appointment schedule for someone to get a block of time with you or schedule a block of time with you, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, they can do that by you providing them a link. So, Brooke, let's walk through
Yeah,
that and show them how easy this is. This could be done in their calendar. So
great.
right off, let's go to settings because if you don't have it set up first, this is in preview right now. But of course, it's going to be pushed down. So you went to your calendar and you went to settings, go down to appointment schedule. Let's make sure that is turned on with a check there at the
It's
bottom.
down here at the
So
bottom.
it
There
is
it is.
checked. Hey, we're good and we're set and we're ready to go. Go ahead and click the back button. So I'm just going to go the easy way. With Google, there's more than one way to do it, but let's just go the easy way. Brooke, make sure your calendar is set to either day or week, which
Okay.
it is on the view, and click on any blank space you have there. I would say preferably the date and time you would like to use.
All right. How about 9 to 12 tomorrow?
Okay, let's go and click
Okay.
there. And then you would see appointment schedule as one of your options for event time and focus. I really don't like to put like meeting would be there because it's going to knock you out and make you go and do it again. So
Well,
I'm
let's
just
not
trying
do
to just
that.
keep it short and sweet. Click on appointment schedule and then click on continue because we're going to make a new one. Let's just leave everything the same. Click on continue. Now in the upper left hand corner, you can add in a title there.
Good. Great.
And then we can choose our appointment duration, whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, however long you want. And since you've already set date, your day and time window you would like for that to be done, we can move on. So you're messing with all these fancy and great features, which people can have time to go and mess with, kind of beautify it, right? Because
Right.
I see you like that attitude there.
I
So let's
do.
click next. And when you click next, you can add in more details of what the appointment slot is for. And so
Nice.
let's go ahead and click on your location and conference, and you can have a choice. Let's just make it a Google Meet, right? We're going to stay virtual. Enter a description for this appointment. Just basic. Yes, thank you.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
So it says, now you have a booking form. Remember, any website you maybe go to and you want to book something, it could be basic information that you can just have there, or you can add in your own information. Let's just, well, we can go there. Yes. Wonderful.
Okay.
Now
Great.
let's enter phone number and be done. Right. We just have something there. So would you like to require an email verification? That's for those who have an account and you want to just verify. Let's just leave that alone for right now. We're gonna just leave that unchecked. And then when you go down and schedule your booking appointment, let's just leave it for one day before. Guess what? Here, email reminders. So you can click on that email reminder window. Would you like it to remind you one day, 24 well, that 24 hours before is a day,
Is one
right?
day.
Yeah, right. It's one day. So we can say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a minute before. It's totally up to you. But I like to have so many reminders so people won't say, I forgot, right? So, hey, you can have 3 reminders there, how many ever you want. Click save. And what it is going to do is create the magic for you. We're just keeping it simple today. So you can say share, click on
Okay.
share. And then this will be the link that you will copy to send to those who can schedule that time for that day and block of time. If you remember appointment slots, that's what it kind of looks like. So they can go and choose their own appointment slot. You can copy the link, send it to them in an email, or they have a way where you can embed on your Google site or a Google slide and go on from there and then provide people with ways that they can go and book you for an appointment slot. There you go. You see the magic happen there?
That
Very
was very magical. I do love that.
awesome.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that, Stephen. Okay, I'm not going to close out the calendar.
Because we have more calendar magic to
Yes.
come.
Make sure I don't Alice in Wonderland y'all either with the camera. So, all right, Lori, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm Lori Roberts, another lead learning guide with Fried Tech. And I don't know if you're like me, but I live by my calendar and I hate playing I was going to say ping pong on emails, but I'm going to say the pickleball between emails of people because we got
Oh,
Daryl coming up later and he loves pickleball. But those ping pong back and forth on emails on trying to schedule. So what we can do is we can use Meet With and find a time to quickly schedule events
by checking availability with your coworkers. So Brooke's going to jump on into our calendar demo. And the fastest, easiest way to do it is over on the left-hand side, right underneath your little calendar view. It says meet with. You can type in anyone's name that is in your domain, and it will allow you to see a layer of their calendar so that then you can look and see where are their empty blocks so that we can schedule an event on all of our time. So Brooke's going to click on one of those empty blocks between, and you can add more than one people. So she's added herself and me on there. So you can click on that little block. And what it does is it adds everyone into that event automatically because all of our times work together. And then she can create that event. One thing I want you to take sure and look at and notice is that Brooke's calendar is showing up as free busy, and my calendar is showing up with all event details. So it's based on how you have set up your calendar to share with your domain. So for example, if a domain is set up to see all free and busy for any users, you're not going to be able to see event details unless that specific person has set up the sharing to show all event details like mine is. You can also use the find a time feature whenever you're just creating a calendar event. So if Brooke were to click out of that, the video we have shows you how to do it, but you just click on a calendar event and then there's a find a time button you can utilize to schedule that time on those calendars. Again, these only work for users that are in the same domain or if a user outside the domain has shared their calendar with you. So if you're in a school district and you are wanting to schedule time with a parent and that parent is using a personal Gmail account, you're not going to be able to utilize these features unless that parent has specifically shared their entire calendar with you.
Awesome. I live my life by find a time. So
Same.
it is. Yeah, it's one of those things that I used to show to admins, and they were always like, oh my goodness, sending out email now. Everyone must share their calendar settings free busy so that this is easier to set a calendar time with. It's so much easier to use.
Exactly.
Great share. Thank you. All
All
right,
right.
Courtney.
That's me. I'm Courtney, also a lead learning guide here at Fried, and I am, albeit the self-proclaimed shortcut queen. I love a good time-saving shortcut. So at Fried, one of our favorite units of measurement for time is number of clicks that it takes to complete something, right? With the goal always being to get it that number as low as possible. I'm going to age myself a little bit here as well. If you remember the game show Name That Tune, they would play songs. I know, right? And they would play songs and the contestants could say, oh, I can name that tune in 8 notes. And then if I'm going against them, oh, I can name it in 4 notes. We do that, but with clicks. Oh, this happens in 8 clicks. I can do that in 2 clicks. Now, the good part or the good point of it is that these are all keyboard shortcuts that we already use on a regular basis. So if you are in your Google Drive, how often are you having to move a file or several files from one folder to a different folder? You created it, it just lives in that whole My Drive area, but you really want to put it somewhere else. To move it, you can just single select the file and hit Control+X to cut. And then go to the folder where you would like to move that file to. You want it to have a new home.
I'm moving it. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it just so you know that I'm moving it in here.
All right, just click that folder. You didn't even have to open it, but she did. It's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Go in there. Either way works. And then we're just going to paste it. Control-V to paste, and it's in there. Cool beans. Let's go back to our drive. The same thing works for copying files, y'all. So we all know Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste. Again, you can do this with single files or using the new kind of update in Drive. If you checked several files, if you needed like 2 or 3 copies, you can just single click your folder and then hit Control-V to paste, and it will make a copy of that file in the new location.
It's thinking. There it is. Copy of party invite.
Cool beans. And now just one other some more keyboard shortcuts that I happen to love. Yes. I know these are my favorite. These are some single key shortcuts, right? Remember, we're saving time here. So if you just single select a file, there's several Google Docs right there. I'm not sure which one I'm looking for. Double click, open, wait for it to load. Nope. Click the P key on your keyboard.
Oh, so I just select the file and click the letter P on the keyboard.
That's it.
Okay, let's see what happens. We need the magic to happen.
There's the magic dust.
Yep. I'm glad you sent it to me. And I practiced this 12 times before and it's always worked. That's fine. We're just going to move to another one. Nope. Not today. Not today, Gina. It's okay.
Oh, preview's angry. Well, I promise it works. It does not want to preview for you now. We did this on purpose so that when you do it on your computer, you can see the magic right on your computer.
I'm going to try to refresh it and see if something magical happens in the refresh. You know, it's because we made it 20 minutes in. That's what happened.
Right?
We're asking a lot of the computer at this point. Yeah.
And a couple of other of those single key shortcuts, you can quickly rename a file. Just select it one time and click the letter N on your keyboard, and it will pop up the here comes preview. That's fine.
Sorry, we're going to have a little party just for a second. Like, it's just a little dance party.
The preview mode is fantabulous because there's my made up word for the week. You're welcome. You can also scroll through all the other files in whatever folder you're in. So you can scroll and see the entire document, and you can use those left and right arrows and see the other files. So think about this. If you're in your classroom, you have 20, Google Docs from your students. You don't have to open in 20 different tabs. Just go into preview mode and you can quickly kind of scroll through and look at all of those. Same thing as I was saying with renaming a file really quickly. If you just click a file and click the letter N, it will pop open that box and you can go ahead and quickly rename. Again, saving off a couple of seconds, but it all works. And whether you are team grid view or team list view does not matter. If you click the letter V on your keyboard, it will quickly toggle between grid view and list view in Google Drive. So if you are wrong and you like it like this, cool, there it is. But hit the V again and you're back in grid view.
Yeah, I love it. Yes. Yay. And thanks, Google Drive, for finally catching up to our party that we were trying to throw. So,
Good times.
yeah. All right, those were great, man. I'm telling you, the first time Courtney brought the preview to me, and I was like, how have I been living my whole life without the preview? And I think we did actually throw a party for the control V.
For sure.
There was
and
probably some
pasting.
confetti involved in some capacity.
There was, for sure. All right, do we have Daryl on board now?
Lori said pickleball, so here I am.
Oh,
Daryl reporting for duty.
I love that we, say the name and he will appear.
Like clap your hand 3 times. I don't know. Click your heels a few times. But hey, I'm here to share with you an early 90s core memory that I had at Circuit City. My parents brought me to Circuit City to buy a new projector TV, and the salesperson sold us on picture-in-picture. It was a huge feature. Saturday morning cartoon. Turn on picture-in-picture. My sister watches My Little Pony in the corner, and I watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the big screen. So that blew my mind. And picture-in-picture is going to blow your mind too. I'm sure we're going to show you right now. Hopefully it works, because remember, when we share screen, you might not be able to see it. But you know what, Brooke? I want to show you. Go on the slideshow actually, because I think this might be a feature that would be helpful for students. Because what really grinds my gears is I'm playing a YouTube video on my slideshow, and then I type something, it stops the video right away. That really annoys me. But with this free 90-free extension created by Google BTW, if I play that video and hit the picture-in-picture extension.
Okay.
Tell us, Brooke, is it working?
It is
popped out?
working. You guys can't see it. Maybe if I pull it over here, y'all can see it, but I don't think so. No, but it did. It did pull the picture out, and it's just hanging out on my monitor, playing over in the corner without me doing anything.
Right. You can move it around and switch tabs, and it'll still be there.
I noticed that the picture on the video that was on the slide turned to a black slide, and it said playing picture-in-picture when you did that. So it indicates to me that something was happening.
Yes, it is. It is happening, and it is magical.
Yeah, it's there. We wouldn't lie to you. It's right there. It's amazing. You can actually try it right now if you want to while watching this YouTube video. You can, hit that extension. The link's right there to download. I'm short and sweet, y'all. Short and sweet.
Good job. Thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.
Okay, Lauren, I can't wait to hear more about Stickity.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Lauren Heil. I'm a learning experience designer at Fried Online, and I'm the creator of the Stickity add-on for Docs and Slides. So if you're familiar with the Google Certified Innovator Program, this is actually a product of that. And I was in the Sweden cohort in November of 2019. So we all know the whole world changed shortly thereafter. And in the world of education, some of those inequities with students using digital materials were really highlighted during that time of e-learning and remote learning. So that's where this idea kind of stemmed from. Stickity it's essentially a collection of digital stickers that you can insert into any presentation or document. And Brooke has it open there. So she's in slides right now. It works for slides and docs. So these libraries all are sorted by what types of tasks you're trying to accomplish. So expectations or content support. There's an entire feedback library for inserting stickers directly into student work. You can hyperlink the stickers to send students to an additional resource. You can add comments to those stickers if you want to elaborate on what you're trying to say. A common question that I get is, do students need this add-on installed in order to see the stickers? And the answer is no. They are just images and GIFs. So as soon as they are inserted into whatever document you have open, students can see that too without needing it to be installed on their device. And so you simply just click on the sticker and it inserts right into there. Accessibility is the main focus of this add-on. So it's not just to add joy and fun to materials, which it does, but it also is a fantastic support for multilingual learners. So folks who are going to benefit from seeing graphics and extra little visual reminders. As far as vision and any kind of like color blindness or just regular blindness, every single sticker is inserted with alt text. So if a student's using a screen reader, it's going to read that for them. All of the colors meet the guidelines that web designers use regularly to make sure that whatever they're creating is accessible for all users. We're keeping neurodivergent learners in mind with a little bit of animation and movement to help students stay on track too. So install it for both slides and docs. Explore the stickers. Try it in your classroom this week.
And the videos and the countdowns are so awesome. So
yeah, the timers.
The timers are so great. Yes.
Super
Thanks,
helpful.
Lauren. It's so
Thank
great.
you.
All right. I think we may make it.
We are. This is our last but not least. And this extension is also owned by Google, and it kind of flows perfectly after what Lauren was just talking about with accessibility. So this extension is one of the ones I have been using for a long time. It's called the Color Enhancer extension. It is basically a filter that you can apply over as an overlay of your browser. And so, whether you have a documented medical visual need, or you're just like me and I have old lady eyes and I have a hard time at the end of the day after I've been looking at my computer just dealing with the high contrast. So I activate the Color Enhancer extension. It's a super simple extension to use. So once you've installed it, which you can do by clicking here, and by the way, all the extensions we talked about today, you can click on the slide and get straight to it. But once you've activated it, you just have to go through 2 steps. The first step asks you to select the row of stars that are the faintest to you. So everybody's going to be different. And then at the bottom, you adjust the slider until the stars become visible to you. So you can see on my example on the screen that for me, the bottom row was the hardest. I couldn't see the stars on almost any of those squares. And then once I adjusted the slider, then it became visible to me. All the stars are visible to me. And now it's set up for me and my needs. So anytime I want to turn it on, I just enable that extension. I just click on it and choose enable, and it applies an overlay. I would say if you do a lot of design work with other people, you might want to remember you have this one installed, because sometimes I look at things and I'm like, those colors don't look super good together. And then I remember, oh, wait a minute, let me disable my extension so the yellow looks yellow instead of brown. So it's actually like a real problem in my life. But you can get to that extension in the Chrome Web Store. And like we said, it's available right now, available through Google.
So Jess, you can't see it right now. I don't think the window's not popping up. I was doing it with you, but I'm going to enable it real quick so you guys can see the color on my screen should change. Did y'all see the colors change?
It did.
Yeah. So when I enabled it, it changed the colors over the site for me to be something clear for me to see as well.
Super simple install and super simple to use. But what a great tool for the students who are, looking at computers a lot nowadays, who might need it.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap, guys. This is our last webinar. Well, it's not our last. It's our next to last. We actually just added a last webinar kind of after the fact. So if you haven't noticed it was added to the list, it's there now. You have one more opportunity to join us next week on May 9th. So we're going to be doing kind of a rewind of the new features that we've talked about all throughout the series. We're going to talk about one new one that you guys probably haven't seen from us this time around. But we'll go and do that recap. It will be a great way for you to remind yourself of all the new tech features that you guys have access to through Teaching and Learning or Plus. And then all the updates that are available through Chrome OS or the other to our fundamentals as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. And Fried, guys, thanks for joining and being on the call today with everybody.
Guys.
Thank you, audience, for participating, and we will see you guys later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.